least for the next few hours. And I say good morning. It's 12:32 a.m. in the 11th day of the month of May 2024. And for the next 1 hour, depending on the strength, we will just have one or two conversations. Then I will be making my way to the bed. Moki Bubua ni gbogbo bi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa tí ẹ ti máa láǹfààní àti tún gbọ́ wa ní àṣálẹ́. This platform stands only for one platform that talks about self-determination. There are so many platforms that have different conversation, but on this platform, it is totally all about self-determination. If you're not conversant with us, if you're not familiar with the platform, you will probably get lost and you will not know what we are really talking about. But if you're one that is very used to this platform, then it will not be surprised to you that in Tawan Polowo kò ju pé gbogbo bí Nàìjíríà ṣe máa fi Yorùbá sílẹ̀ lọ́rùn. Lóòótọ́ àwọn Yorùbá fún ara wọn wọ̀ fífi Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ lọ́rùn, and we have to be honest with ourselves. I've said it in multiple of my broadcasts that the election bá dé lẹ́ni, many Yoruba people will still go out and vote. Some will vote because they are forced to do so, while some will vote because they believe that it is just the right thing to do. We don't have any topic written in the headline because I don't even have anything to write in there. So we're just gonna float around. Hopefully we see how far I can go. Then we can then end the broadcast along the line. So a very good morning and welcome to the Koikimedia platform, where we discuss a lot of things and so many happenings. There's a lot happening. The world is full of so many things that is happening, but as usual, Nigeria is also not lacking behind. From somebody that just came back from Nigeria, giving me some of the updates that, not that they are not hearing Yoruba Nation in Nigeria, but people are just, getting on with their lives and they cannot be bothered whether there is Yoruba Nation or not. But the good thing is that we've created something in the mind of the people, and that is something that they cannot run away from. Whether you like Nigeria to remain what it is, whether you do not want Nigeria to remain what it is, we have created something different from the usual, which is the normal politics. Before the Yoruba Nation, people will probably not even talk about anything more than politics and also discussion on the current activities of Nigeria. So what Yoruba Nation has done in the last 3 years is to bring in a different conversation to the table, which is surprisingly have been accepted, whether in the small percentage of Nigerians or not. But Yoruba Nation conversation have literally opened a new discussion in the politics and many other things in Nigeria. Mukibubua, I say good morning. My brother Michael Gottwill, John, good morning. And Simple Rahim and many of you that will be joining. And we are full on the broadcast. I'm not using the software It's quite late. I've read many comments and many things that people have said, and it's surprised that as much as a lot of people attack my platform, thank you, good morning, Peter Pan, I am not popular on the social media, but I do get report back on how my platform is doing, so that we can also share that among every one of you. Mr. Samson Oyewole, good morning. And I think I should just read the anthem before we go into the program. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, kàgbéga 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 fàlẹ́rì. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bàtí bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹjẹ ká máa lépa, tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. And that's just basically it. And I hope many of you also know the anthem of Ed. Good morning, Mr. Adeniyi Akim. Good morning, Mr. Adisa Shobo. Good morning again, Simple Rahim. And those of you on the Twitter, and all hail my Biafra brothers and sisters, and the rest of those that wants to be free. Mokiyami Sarah Oyelowo, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Muhyiddin Babatunde. Iyawa Joke Bodorin Mofitele Dumariki, and happy birthday to my sister that is celebrating her birthday today. Even though I've not sent her official birthday direct to her, I'll just leave it as happy birthday to her. Let's crack on quickly with the conversation tonight. I'm trying to see where to start from. Moki Grandma Le Ajayi, Moki Bubayi Mamati, and Telewa. For 3 hours, I had a family that just came back from Nigeria and came to pay me a visit. Monica Bangbi Kokombo. It's not for public consumption. And we sat here, and for 3 hours, it was giving me the downloads, first-hand information about how Nigeria is. And most of you have, from what he said, that most people are enjoying, a lot of things he told me. He was in Nigeria for 4 weeks. So he lives there. He's back to work. And we had a lot of discussion around so many things. Only one man chef gone in Nigeria. They drinks a lot. Let's say he traveled between Lagos, Abeokuta, and Ogun State, Ijebu-Ode axis. He's familiar with Yoruba Nation. He's a full Yoruba Nation supporter. So he was also security conscious for the 4 weeks he was in Nigeria. I did ask him, while he was driving around in Nigeria, if Fulani òun ló tẹ̀sọ́ pé tí Fúlàní bá bọ́ sí títì òun máa fi mọ́tò gbàdánù ni. He was conscious, but there wasn't any Fulani attack or anything. So, so sometimes not everybody ni Fulani máa jí gbé. But we know that as at yesterday, from the report on the social media, and also many of you must have read about it, 50 people have been kidnapped from Kogi State. Terrorists kidnap students. So, kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn náà ni terrorists máa kidnap. But the fact that you can always, and I'm trying just not to stress myself. It's been a long day. I've had a little sleep, but not too much. And I've been up since yesterday, just before 5 o'clock in the morning. I had a small nap in the evening yesterday, but not too much for me to have enough strength. So I'm not going to stress too much, but I want to get a message across because Monique Koko lost soon, but I wasn't feeling sleepy. I've watched a lot of things. I've just watched a full 20-minute program on how to renew the Nigerian passport in the UK. I've watched another video. I'm going to hopefully see if I can share that tonight. If not, I will share it tomorrow. About, I want to get the headline properly. I watched a video that says how to renew the Nigerian passport in the UK. It was posted about a month ago. I've watched a particular 10-minute program from a network called Talk TV. 86,000 people have watched it. And I think that one will be more interesting to us as Yoruba people. Moki Grandma Comfort Adeleye. Moki Momsimina. Modeki gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá káàkiri pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ Oòduà. Gbogbo ìtẹ̀bá wọn yọ mí lẹ́nu níbí báyìí. Definitely you're not part of us, so take it out. I've shared the link to the video that I watched, and the headline is Al Qaeda terrorist released in UK. And it goes on to say, this is a real threat, and we need to remain on high alert. When I see videos like these, I'm always ready to share that with us. It's about 11 minutes, 3 seconds. Very in-depth, very powerful, and a very strong one, because there were some words, keywords, tonlo nínú video yẹn. I shared it already. If you're one of those that is following me properly, not the one that Koikimedia to come on live, you just want to watch me and walk away because ẹnìkan kan tó ń ṣe live nísìn tó ń ṣe Yorùbá Nation. So whatever you're gonna see now is probably ẹni tó ti ṣe video sẹ́yìn tẹ́fẹ́ lọ wò. So sometimes some of you just come here to while away the time. I understand. But kò ń ṣe torí yín la ṣe ń jáde. So if you're one of those that say, kí ló tún máa sọ tá a gbọ́ rí, níbo ni Yorùbá Nation kan bọ̀ náà wà. I know some of you are like that, watching me right now. I am not coming out to talk about self-determination and Yoruba Nation because of you. If it was literally because of you, I would not come out. So don't think that torí yín la ṣe ń jáde. No. We are coming out because a lot of things have been destroyed. From the report that I got firsthand yesterday, because we're in another day today, 3 hours ní èmi àtẹni ẹjọ jókòó sí living room mi, and we were having a lot of discussion, and he was actually the one talking. We are already captured in Yoruba land. That's all I can say. I know those on the ground do not say it, but any Tony foresight, can see that. Not too sure. Mokiyawa, if I me leke. I can tell you that he told me that, you know, the Igbos have literally bought almost every part of Lagos State. Part of the discussion. I gotta be honest, I'm being real now, okay? Only almost every part of Lagos State has been sold to the Igbos. Am I worried and concerned? Maybe a little bit. Ó ní àwọn ọjà kan wà tí wọ́n ti tà fáwọn Haúsá. That they've literally sold it to the Hausas. Am I worried and concerned? Yes. Ó ní wọ́n ṣe fàájì gan lílé o. Kí má tanra mi, àwọn tó wà nílé ṣe fàájì. And he also talked about how hardworking you guys are at ọkùnrin àtobìnrin. He was stressing on that continuously. Only one hustle nílé gan. I've thought almost 20 times. Only one hustle nílé gan, seriously. But due to the damage that has been done, thank you so much. I don't know who this person is. Beef cutting stink. You all says again, my crease smells lilted bad. How to fix it? I don't know what that means. I don't know who you are. Mukashake TV show. Safety Domain, good morning. Mr. Boboy. Only one Ozugonile. Anything on social day, kò ń ṣe ní last month. Gbogbo tó dé nísìn kò tí pé 10 days and only 4 weeks in Nigeria. He's a close friend. So he came to give me the brief of what is happening on the ground. And people like me need that. So that I need to gauge nǹkan tá à ń ṣe pé níbo ló dé, níbo ni kò dé. Ó ní kí n forget ẹ pé gbéyàn kankan máa sọ pé wọ́n gbọ́ Yorùbá nation ní ilé nísìn irọ́ ni. Everybody knows about Yoruba nation. But the damage that has been done in Yoruba land, psychologically, it will take years to fix it. Ó ní àtọmọ kékeré àtàgbàlagbà. Mo kí bàbá lẹ́kìtì. Ẹ káàárọ̀ sà. Ẹni tí mò ń sọ ó ṣẹ̀ dé láti Nigeria ní 4 weeks ló lò Nigeria. And he was also driving. So he was able to move around. And he was in Abeokuta. Koda, it was close to school, meaning Abeokuta Grammar School, ní Ìdí-Àbá. Ẹni tó ti lọ Nigeria for a very long time could you understand what the present situation is. And we know that in Shele in Lagos State would automatically reflect all other states at least to some extent. Most of the report he gave was that àwọn tó wà nílé hustle, only one hustle, but it is not showing. And we know the reason why it is not showing. So that means that ẹni tó wà Nigeria nísìn, wọ́n tiraka gan, but kò yọ. Wọ́n ṣe wàhálà gan, but kò jáde látara many problems that are developed and is growing, and it is not helping. Ó máa ń dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ Bàbá Èkìtì tó máa ń ní ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà dàbí omi adágún tí kò lọ. And nínú omi yẹn, all kind of things can be in there. Àkekèé lè wà níbẹ̀, oríṣiríṣi lè wà níbẹ̀. This person says that there is a lot of damage right now in Yoruba land, physically, mentally, and psychologically. And one thing he also mentioned was that stagnant, yes. Only that push is going to come. Push tí gbogbo wa fẹ́ yẹn ó máa wá, whether from the Yoruba nation or the Nigerians themselves. But he can't say that push right now. He can't. Because everybody is just trying to survive. There were a lot of other things he said. I want to process it and talk about it in the due course of the program, maybe tomorrow or day after. But I just want you to know that kò sí tó ń lọ ní Nigeria that we don't know what is happening. At least it's a first-hand information being downloaded back to me. I asked him a lot of things, and he also told me a lot of things. We should be worried. That's all I can say. We should be concerned, and we should be preparing for the worst case scenario, because tabani wa ti capture ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, it has been captured already, and it's a fact. So that is just on that, and hopefully I can still say one or two things along the line. Muki Bugwale and Konsa, I say good morning and welcome. Al-Qaeda terrorists are being released in UK. How? How come? Erotic money, UK is currently unsubstantial. That means there is likely to be a terrorist attack anytime, but they are doing everything. Charge laptop. Let me charge it. There is likely to be a terrorist attack in UK, but they are doing everything possibly best to make sure that it does not happen. But our focus point is not UK, but we need to learn a lot of things from, if UK Bashiwa in that threat level of an attack, as at yesterday, day before yesterday stroke, yesterday, 50 students have been kidnapped in Kogi State. And nobody's really talking about it, because it's the normal thing in Nigeria today. You get kidnapped and everybody moves on. But we're going to come back to that. I want to go back to a report I saw from Bloomberg Africa. And that would help me. Not this one. with my discussion in the afternoon. But I can kọ́kọ́ fún yín ní report how we are doing on Koikimedia, and I would like to appreciate all my team that are working back to back. Mukiyawa Alaja Fatima Mustafa. I'm not the only one working. We're all working very hard. And as much as our numbers doesn't seem to be growing, especially on Facebook, but I can tell you that everybody is coming to look forward to Kini Koiki so lórí show ẹ, lórí platform ẹ. And let's just work out those statistics quickly for you all to see and read. I'm sure some of you have seen it already because we posted it. In the last 90 days, 1.6 million people have engaged on my Facebook page. In the last 90 days. In the last 90 days. 1.6 million people. And that means it's gone up by 324%. That shows that the message is getting clearer on a daily basis. People are coming to find out who is Koikimedia and what is it all about. Kí ló ń discuss. Let's look at the next one. The platform reached about 2.2 million people in the last 90 days. And that's about 244%. So 2.2 million people. It's a small number. We're still pushing hard so that that number can reach more. You might think that people are not following us. They are. Even though I'm always told that a minimum bad news Nigeria was sorry social media. So we gained some new followers, about 6,321 people. About 6,321 people followed us. That's about plus 27%. It's not too bad. I'm not looking for crazy people. I'm looking for people that wants to listen. Mo ti yọ wèrè tó ń disturb wa kúrò pẹ̀lú chat òṣì tó ń gbé síbẹ̀ látẹ̀ǹkan mo ti gbádànù sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan wọ́n fi tiẹ̀ kó bá wa lálẹ́. So all I can say is thank you so much for those of you that believe in us, and be rest assured that mo máa ń gbọ́rọ̀ tí bàbá Akíntóyè sọ pé for us to achieve Yoruba nation a máa ṣiṣẹ́ tí ìdí wa máa gbóná gan. I was almost going to bed. Mo ti lọ sókè. Mo tún padà wá sálẹ̀. And I said to myself, even if it's just 20 minutes, ní bá ní strength láti wá fi sọ̀rọ̀. It helps because for every seconds, títí dìgbà tá máa fi débi tá ń lọ, just like Arole 1010 was saying in his program, tí mo gbọ́ lánàá. Sometimes I listen to two programs simultaneously. Mo ń gbọ́ Yorùbá Wuyì lánàá, mo dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ Arole 1010, mo dẹ̀ tún fetí kọ́ Lady K. Ọlọ́run nìkan ló mọjọ́ tá máa gba Yorùbá nation lóòótọ́, but a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́. Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè, Ọlọ́run Jésù Kristi, Ọlọ́run Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam nìkan ló mọjọ́ tá máa gbà gangan but a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́. So it would be stupid for me to say I'm a Yoruba nation yẹn. I don't have any job I do. I'm a freelance. Kò sí pé mò ń jí lọ bí kankan láàárọ̀ ọ̀la. Mo ní tí bá tẹ̀ padà wá ní engagement mi níta. But at least, not that I have to wake up early to go to somewhere. So that is the reason why that we must work hard. Kódà a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ more harder than èyí tá ti ń ṣe bọ̀ látọdún méjì, látọdún mẹ́ta. Especially when you have first-hand information. Ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn bàbá Èkìtì àwọn tó wà nílé tán fún wa ní report tán máa ń sọ̀rọ̀. You might not understand the point, but irú èmi tó yẹ pé èèyàn tó ṣẹ̀ dé tó wá fún mi ní download report of Nigeria, because ibi kan tí èèyàn bá lọ tó lò 4 weeks kò ń ṣe ọmọdé kékeré, kò ń ṣe nọ́mbà kékeré. Lóòótọ́ òun ní fund díẹ̀ tó kó lọ tó ń change sí Naira, but àwọn tó wà nílé ó ní ẹ̀ ń gbìyànjú gan bọ̀ kò yọ. That is the report. Pé ẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́, ẹ̀ ń ṣe wàhálà gan but kò yọ. And he also says that ní ti fàájì yẹn pé kí n forget ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe fàájì nítorí olóṣó ó ní yẹn sùn rẹpẹtẹ. Èyí tó bá fẹ́ gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. And they are always there, especially in the ShopRite, waiting for one person to take them home. That is part of the damage. Kò ṣe pé kò sí, look, tí bá jáde sí títì mi ní London ní bíbá, àwọn prostitute wà ńbẹ̀. I'm not joking, they are there. Wọ́n máa lie down bí abí méjì mẹ́ta mẹ́rin márùn, and wọ́n máa ráhùn tó máa gbé wọn. So prostitution is everywhere. But nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lẹ́ni, there is a huge damage that has been done. Mo ń gbọ́ Mayegun General lálẹ́ àná. Even though I know that it is still locking because àná ló dé Nigeria lóòótọ́, but they are spending 3 days. And I'll be doing a proper show on them probably maybe tomorrow or Sunday broadcast. And that is Prince Harry and Meghan. Mo fẹ́ study wọn débi 3 days lọ fẹ́ lò nínú Nigeria. But the first day that they've arrived in Nigeria, remember that we don't have a topic, so I'm flowing. You might not know this person, but mo fi picture wọn yìí. This is Prince Harry Ọmọọba. As I speak to you today, he's no longer doing any royal engagement. Ó náà wọ́n ṣe mọ́. Tọ́mọ Yorùbá bá lè ní understanding kan tí máa ń sọ to a best ability, in tó lè mú ọmọọba tó sọ pé òun ò ṣe royal duty mọ́, òun kúrò láàrin wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ torí ẹ̀ wọ́n restrict àwọn nǹkan kan náà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, wọ́n gbà àwọn nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Táwa náà bá lè rò bẹ́ẹ̀ pé a ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ́, lóòótọ́ ó lè dàbí ìpín tó máa dùn wá gan, but it is for the best interest. Tọ́mọba bá lè pull out from the royal duty tó ní òun ṣe mọ́, nítorí òun ló mọ̀. Ẹ̀mí mímọ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ní orí ìyẹ́ lójú oorun ni, but something seems to be communicating with him and the wife. Right as I speak to us right now, they are in Nigeria. Òun àti ìyàwó ẹ̀. Bàbá tó bí lélẹ̀, mo sọ fún yín ní ìjẹta, ó ti di ìjẹta nísìn, pé bàbá ẹ̀ ní òun ò láǹfààní àti lè rí nígbà tó wá sí London, láti London ló ti fly bí a lọ sí Nàìjíríà. Àwọn wo ló invite wá sí Nàìjíríà? Àti pé what is the purpose of that invitation? Those are things that I am still trying to crack my head. Because everything works with numbers and astrology, and everything has a meaning. Ẹ mọ̀ gbogbo nǹkan dẹ̀ ó gbọ́dọ̀ lójú inú tá máa fi wò. Why? Lásìkò yìí ló ń lọ Nàìjíríà, àti pé kí ni ìdí tó ń lọ Nàìjíríà fún? All we are told is that the invitation is courtesy of the Nigerian Defence Headquarters. Àwọn ló invite wá sí Nàìjíríà. The question tẹ́ ká wá bira wa again ni pé let's agree that Nigeria military ló invite wá sí Nigeria. Let us agree on that. Mo kí ògo ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká agree bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìbéèrè tẹ́ ká tó wá bira wa ni pé is it not the same thing tó ṣe ní 1914 amalgamation that led to the independence? Ṣé rántí pé lẹ́tà tí àwọn communication tí Baba Akintoye ti fún wa tá bá wò lọ wò bọ̀, Nigeria lacked the inner unity and strength needed for such greatness. The hundreds of peoples of Nigeria pushed together in 1914 by British were radically different in culture, political traditions, religion, attitudes to religious diversity, attitude to modern change. British did nothing to give Nigeria a unified existence. When at last they granted a unifying constitution from 1949 to 1951 and created under it federation. Ǹjẹ́ mọ̀ pé after tó dé Abuja, how many people have seen the video of this Prince Harry and Meghan in Nigeria? Have you asked yourself, when tó dé Abuja, why then has he traveled to Kaduna? Why not Lagos? Why Kaduna? Has anybody thought about it? Àbẹ́mi nìkan ni mo kàn ń rò bẹ́ẹ̀. Bóyá mi kàn ń ronú tó pọ̀ jù. Brain mi kàn crack too much. Why tó jẹ́ pé Kaduna ni ó padà lọ? Mo kí ọkọ ya Fọláyàn. Mo kí sister mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Ìfàgbémilẹ́kẹ̀. Wọ́n ní maybe to give him a part of our mineral resources. Mo kí brother wa Olúsànyà Ramota. Why tó jẹ́ pé Kaduna ló lọ, the northern part of Nigeria? Is that a signal to the fact that the British essentially placed a death sentence on Nigeria by making sure that, and I'm just going to jump to come to that section. Tí Baba Akintoye sọ níbí báyìí. Fulani use of military force for an attempt to conquer all of Nigeria's indigenous people. Serious economic decline, which was part of what I was told that ẹ̀ ń ṣe wàhálà tó pọ̀ Nigeria but kò yọ ni. It is because the British created that mess. But kí lòun lọ ṣe ní north? ẹ rántí pé Fulani seems to be the one to control us. Mo fẹ́ wá bí tí Baba Akintoye ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Maybe I should just read everything so that we can get it fact. The British essentially placed a death sentence on Nigeria. The Fulani were one of the Nigeria's smallest peoples, just about 6 million in the northern region. They were non-indigenous people, one ní Nigeria. They were part of the Fulani that were scattered all over West Africa, consisted of mostly nomadic cattle herders. Ìran bàbá wọn màálù ló máa ń dà káàkiri. They were the least educated people. They were not educated than us. They were the least delirious of modern education. They don't believe in any book. That is why they call themselves Boko Haram. They were the least capable of leading a modern country along modern lines. We were already doing great things in the modern line. Cocoa House. Kódà you can send the list yẹn sí mi. Because ó dà pé àwọn tó máa ń gbọ́ program tó bá padà gbọ́ program yẹn, especially tí bá ń struggle pẹ̀lú àwọn information kan, people tend to send things back to me, and this was sent to me. Wọ́n ní Odùduwà Investment Company, Ẹ̀pẹ́ Plywood, Ìwòpin Paper Mill, Dunlop Elite, Odutola Tire, Vono Foam, Liver Brothers, PZ, Nietzsche Chemists, or Kim Biscuit. All these industry were shut down so that the southwest part of Nigeria would struggle. Lacking an understanding of the nature of a modern country, the Fulani decided at independence that they were meant to be the new colonial overlord of Nigeria. Is that the reason why Prince Harry went to visit Kaduna to start his trip and journey in Nigeria on a 3-day visit? But Lagos don't pawó ju Kaduna lọ. Lagos tó ní history ju Kaduna lọ. Lagos tó wà in the modern country along the modern line, tó wà educated, tó wà popular than Kaduna. How many people around the world lẹ́ni ló máa sọ pé I am from Nigeria, and ìwà dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn pé I am from Kaduna? Wọ́n ní máa bèrè pé bó ní I am from Kaduna State. Ṣé Kaduna popular ju Lagos lọ? I don't know whether it is just me that is just thinking in that line. Èwo ló popular nínú Kaduna State àti Lagos State? Which one is the most popular? I want you to help me on the broadcast tonight. Which of the two states is popular? I mean, if somebody asks you, or people that knows about Nigeria, ṣé Kaduna ló máa kọ́kọ́ recognize or Lagos State? Sparky Lizzy say Lagos State. Àwọn nìkan ló wà lórí program pẹ̀lú wa lálẹ́. The rest people are probably not interested. John said Lagos State. Ateniya Kim sọ pé Lagos State. Àwọn tó wà lórí Instagram àwọn kì í respond. Ayomi Kudamiju say Kaduna to the colonizers. YNN, my brother Adedejini, Lagos, Yawa Bose. So people are in the program. I just want us to not sleep. Ẹ mọ̀ pé tẹ́ bá lọ sí night vigil náà, òun lè fi gbéyàn lọ. Má lọ sùn torí àdúrà fi kọjá, kó má lọ miss àdúrà yẹn. So please do not sleep in the broadcast. Let us stay awake. It helps. Òun fi máa kó èmi náà, but ẹ̀yin náà bá help me, èmi náà máa help ara mi. Safety domain say Lagos is even more popular than Abuja. Then why has Prince Harry? Only even Ogun State is popular than Kaduna. Yawa Janet. So people are in the broadcast. I thought people were sleeping. Mr. David sọ pé Lagos State. So it shows that I'm happy that we are all in the broadcast. Kò ń ṣe mi nìkan ni mò ń gbọ́ ètò yìí fúnra mi. Because tẹ́ bá ń bá wa dá sí, it gives us joy. It gives us the feeling that kò ń ṣe pé a kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ àárá àwọn tó ń wà lórí ètò pẹ̀lú wa. So we all agree that Lagos State is more popular than Kaduna. But kí lẹ̀ ń rò pé lọ ṣe ní Kaduna? Is that to show to the north that Ọmọọba, even though it's a private visit, it is not a royal visit, it's a private visit. Kò lọ represent ọba, but Ọmọọba ni. Àwọn ọ̀ràn tiẹ̀, àwọn ọ̀ràn bàbá ẹ̀, àwọn ló kó wa lẹ́rú. Àwọn ló májì wa ní 1914. Sórí ìwọ Yorùbá, mo fẹ́ kó fọ́ra balẹ̀ kó gbọ́ àárín dáadáa. Ó lè má mean anything sí ẹ, ó dẹ̀ lè mean. Lagos is even more popular than Kaduna. Mr. Lukman Eshegoni. Thank you so much, Rugi Giant. Only Lagos State. But kí ló dé tí Prince Harry was taken to Kaduna to start his first leg of his visit? Ìyá Comfort Ológunjà ní, maybe because of the military base in Kaduna. Okay, it could be. Because the purpose of the visit is called Inflows, which is what tó wá ṣe ní London. In tó wá ṣe ní London gangan náà nìyẹn. It's called Inflows. The military people that have disability during the period that they were attacked, maybe during the mission or whatever. There's a comment that I just made. Idris Sokpet is very strange. Ìyá Comfort Ológunjà ní, maybe because of the military base tó ń bẹ ní Kaduna, that is the reason why. I am just asking questions, and I probably just want you to help me along the line. Ìyá Oluge Oluwafolake sọ pé, Olayomi, you are ever appreciated. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kí a jèrè lágbára Ọlọ́run. Thank you so much and good morning once again. Mukiyami Comfort Ologunja. Ìyá Kemi sọ pé, Kaduna is the military headquarters of Nigeria and Fulani headquarters as well. Okay. So, ó dà pé ti add up nísìn. Prince Harry was invited by the military or the chief of army staff, and it is important that he's moved to Kaduna. Rugijani, Harry knows that there are big secrets, so this is a sign. God is good. But one thing that we also need to understand is that Harry yóò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ọba mọ́. He was in London, Babel. The father said he was just too busy to see him. Mr. Kitudeni, how do you feel about the strange behavior of Obas in Yoruba land like Oluwa of Iwo? Ẹ mọ̀ pé mi ò fẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọba yẹn. Àwọn tó ń dì pẹ̀lú wọn wà, àwọn broadcasters wà. I deal with the real problem from another angle. So I don't follow Oluwa. I don't see him as Oba as far as I'm concerned. Even Opolobani, you know. I've watched video of him and the wife and smoking and all that. So ẹ rí pé mo kì í sọ̀rọ̀ Olúwo lórí platform mi, but àwọn tó ń dé pẹ̀lú àwọn cases yẹn, àwọn sisters wa, àwọn other, you know, media partners wa, you will never hear me talking about Olúwo on this platform and Mufti Uwa and all these people. You know, I know they're there, but everybody has different areas. Area tèmi ń gbé is more of the line of international and then local and the mixed match. So I'm sorry, I mean, I don't even know if he's existing or not, but I know he's there. All right. Prince Harry refused to participate in the royal duties. Oh no, she royal duties more. And a lot of things were restricted of him. And he says the most important one was that he would have to pay for his own security details. Wọ́n ní tẹ́ bá lọ sọ́dọ̀ Yorùbá wuyì pé ẹ rí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ olúwo kọ̀ọ̀kan lọ́dọ̀ wọn bẹ́ẹ̀. But right here we tend to be from another angle oríṣiríṣi lolúkálùkù wa fi ń sọ̀rọ̀. So but I do appreciate the comment and I just don't want to make it look like I didn't say it. So Meghan ní òun wà 46% Nigeria. Ìyàwó mi wá ń béèrè pé pàtì bo ní Nàìjíríà gangan ni Meghan, ṣé Yorùbá ni, Igbo ni, ṣé Middle Belt ni? Because she's talking about 46%. Because we know that there's nothing called Nigeria. Àwọn family ọkọ ẹ̀ ló create Nigeria. So if Meghan is using the word 46%, ẹ̀jẹ̀ is Nigeria, well, we need to start breaking, only láti break it down fún wa. Which part of Nigeria? Because Nigeria is something that was created just about 110 years ago. So a lot of things is happening. But it could just be that it's nothing to think about. Prince Harry in Nigeria, Kaduna. I'll probably wait to see, maybe we'll pay a visit to Lagos State, at least one southwest state. He's spending 3 days. So Odelano, right? Ini. So he's meant to leave Nigeria on Sunday, feelingly, or Monday morning, and out of the country. So we will monitor that, and we will come back and tell you a little bit more from whatever we find. Let's come back to the video to Moni Morilori YouTube. The title is Al Qaeda terrorists released in UK. No, before we talk about that, mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Bloomberg lẹ́ǹkan, and that took me to my, just giving you the background of how we've done on Koikimedia. We've not done very bad. You know, people that watch us within 3 seconds, about 2.4 million. People that watch us within 1 minute video is about 427,000. So it's good numbers on our Facebook, and we are grateful to every one of you that continue to help us. Yeah, this is the one I'm looking for. I'm going to need the link because I would like to read it out. So I have to go back to Bloomberg page so that I can look into Kosibe Gongon. How many of you know Bloomberg Africa? Bloomberg Africa talks about African news in a nutshell. Kiwa ni bobo olórí pupa yẹn wá ní location 419 by? That is the question that we need to be asking. What exactly is behind Prince Harry's visit to Nigeria? Ìyàwó Olúfúnkẹ́ sọ pé, I don't trust anyone. Windsor, Charles Windsor favorite visit were always to Sultan of Sokoto. We see how it goes. We will monitor it, and like I said, Efumititi this Sunday, Biakafishi Sunday broadcast, and hopefully, if not Monday. But let's come to one article that I picked up from Bloomberg, because last night we read, I mean, about the program Tashini Oson, Mukiawa Elizabeth Adesanya, and happy birthday again to my sister and many of you that are celebrating the month of May. And those of you that are going through one difficulties or the other, I can only pray that God will make it easy. Rugi Jantni, we have one Yoruba nation, is here to stay forever. Thank you so much. Lọ́sàn-án a sọ̀rọ̀ nípa dọ́là àti náírà, and if you listen carefully to the broadcast, which I believe some of you have done, or those of you that watch it live with me, most Nigerians were praying to Jesus Christ to make sure that dollar is stabilized. But we know that that is a false information. You need a lot of production for you to be able to make sure that you have a stable Naira. But just as after Kapari program here, Nimori Bloomberg, and this is the headline: Naira reverses. Kí ló mean by reverse? Mọ́tò tó bá tàdé mẹ́yìn, àgbò tó tàdé mẹ́yìn, agbára ló lọ mú wá. Reverse. Naira reverses gains as outlook dims on declining dollar inflow. And we will read it together. Nigerian currency now world's worst performing in last month. Let me just break it down to my understanding in Yoruba. Before Nigerian currency, owó Nigeria, now world, world. I love to use small little map, especially so this is the world. Safety Dominic, praying to God for Naira versus dollar rate is insanity. So this is the world, okay? I know your eyes is going like Koikimedia. So this is the world. Today we have about 195, if not 194. America keeps saying that I want a phone Palestine like or become member of the UN. Israel was literally shielding the UN Charter. There's a lot of things going on in the world, but we'll come back to that later. So, the world, Nigerian currency, because practical man because people that are blaming me that says Koiki ìwọ ló ń fẹ́nu ẹ gbàdúrà pé kí náírà kò di 2,000 naira to $1. But I am not the one praying for that. It is just that Nigeria did not prepare for us to make sure that we can have a stable naira against the dollar. Nígbà kan a máa ń gbọ́ pé 1-to-1, how it all changed to, as at àná, it was 1,450 naira to $1. Ìyàwó Comfort Adeleye ní hypocrite prayers. Tẹ́ bá gbọ́ program tàná yẹn rí pé most people criticize me for saying that the dollar is becoming 2,000 naira to $1. Pé even only prophecy mi ò ní wá sá ìmúṣẹ. It's okay. But now, another source ń sọ fún mi nísìnyí pé Nigerian currency, gbogbo alamọ Nigeria now, Nigerian currency. Tó bá mọ Nigeria, if you are not from Nigeria, this is the Nigerian currency, just for the benefit of maybe people that are watching me from Cuba. I just got somebody that came back from Cuba. Mukiyami Folashade Ojo, Ebami Ki Grandma Nule. And that my brother say, Koiki, Omo Cuba Dungon. But he went for a research. He's a Yoruba man that believes in Yoruba nation, and they are doing some work, and they've just arrived back from Cuba. So people are working. So people are doing different things, you know, but people are doing different things, research. So this person just came back as well from Cuba. But Enito lost in Nigeria, went for something different, but it gave me a lot of download from Nigeria. So Naira reverse gain as outlook dims on declining dollar inflow. So what that means is that in the nutshell, just dollar kò wọlé mọ́ sí Nàìjíríà. Kí ló ń fà tí dollar ò wọlé mọ́? Ṣé diaspora send owó mọ́ ni? Àbí báwo? Ṣé àtajà ni? Why are we not getting dollar? Everybody knows it's because enter our Instagram as usual. We go in and come back out again, because we've done 1 hour already so far on the Instagram. Good morning and welcome. to the late night. I'll probably say it's a late night conversation. More for headline, see programming for now, but I will do that later. So Nigerian currency, which is this one. Now, the world Agbaye worst. Let's look at the meaning of worst. Performing in last month. Ejekalowo meaning worst. WORST. Whiskey, Oscar, Romeo, Sarah, Tango. Ejekalowo dictionary. Toba sọ pé nǹkan worst. Okay, I have to take my multimute LA.
Worst.
Okay. WORST.
Worst.
This money, the way it has been put together by Bloomberg in Bulawawa, Nigerian currency. Now the world, ní gbogbo àgbáyé, mo kí ẹ easy, brother mi ní Miami, káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ní gbogbo àgbáyé, mo kí àwa Ọlájírè Kókà. Akitunde Meride say, I changed $1,000 to Naira and needed a suitcase to carry it around. The black market are getting the US dollars. And you know that those black market are also funding terrorism. Most of us don't know that, but that is exactly what it is. Ní gbogbo àgbáyé, across the country, around the world, this our money, Nigerian money, is the worst performing in last month. And we were looking for the meaning of
worst,
of the poorest quality or the lowest standard, the least good or desirable, or
worst.
And that is the adjective. Tabawa sọ pé verb, adverb, most severely or seriously. So this currency, good morning Elena, this currency, Owoy, you innovate, my brother, welcome to the program. This currency, I am not the one saying it now, so please don't blame Koikimedia, because you tend to say Koiki never brings good news. You are always looking for the bad news of Nigeria to tell to your audience. It is not my fault. What do you mean by
worst?
Worst is described something as being bad in the highest degree possible. So this money, Daho Farms and Aquaculture Limited, good morning to you. This currency, right, is described as the worst money in the whole world last month. Only change in the next month if Tinubu brings in $5 billion, because Tinubu needs to inject $5 billion into that economy by next month, and he needs another 10 billion by December. I don't know. But when we talk about the word
worst,
it literally means something, and that something is Naira, Owo Nigeria, Owo Tanoni Nigeria. So it is the something. So worst is described this Naira as being bad in the highest degree possible. Worst is also used to mean a thing, which is the Naira again, that is the baddest possible, and to also mean a thing done in the baddest manner possible. Worst has several other sense of adjective, adverb, noun, and verb. Worst is a superlative of the word bad. Tobani kon bad, or wo bad. How do you make it strong? I am just freestyling because we don't have, and you're probably just joined, so you will not understand what I'm saying until you settle in a little bit and you will catch up. Because we're coming from somewhere. If you just join the broadcast, stay for like 3 minutes to grab where we're going, because you have just joined. What is the meaning of worst? What has that got to do with the conversation? It is because that is the headline coming from Bloomberg regarding Nigeria currency. Nigerian currency now is the world worst performing in the last month. Naira being weighed down by increasing local dollar demand. Mukia wa Tiria Miyu Ajagbe. So that is coming from Bloomberg. Now, let's read some of the reports, the comments from this particular headline. According to at Real Queen Bee, propaganda can take you up but can't keep you there. So the APC under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been doing voodoo propaganda to tell Nigerians that we are doing everything to stabilize the Naira. What Cardoso, the CBN governor, is doing is that he's dipping his hand into the foreign reserve to try to stabilize the Naira, and that has failed. So this person went further to say, I said it many times. Aisha Yusuf and Rufai said the same. Even Fin Plain Kalu Aja also buttressed the point. You can't have a strong currency if you are not a producing country. You can't keep the Naira by using your scarce foreign reserve to defend it. So, Cardoso, the CBN governor, these are all the reasons why we are saying that, look, we got to get the hell out of Nigeria, because you might be wondering, Koiki, don't stress yourself on Nigeria. No, it's not stressing myself. It's part of the indices, part of the reason why we, the Yoruba, must get the hell out of Nigeria, because it's dragging us down and it's pulling us backwards. Because the Nigeria economy, like Babakitoye said in our letter to Tinubu, is a dead economy. And I think I have that somewhere around. Even if President Tinubu, by the dint of knowledge and resoluteness, and with the help of the capable assistant whom he has brought into the government, succeed in healing Nigeria's economy to an extent, because Nigeria economy is currently in coma, but Tinubu is trying to see if he can bring it back to life with Cardoso, Wale Edun, and the rest of his economic team. Remember that Buhari also told us that Osibajo will be dealing with all the economic problem in Nigeria. They were having meeting, economic summit, they were going to World Economic Summit, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, after the two of them left, we realized that that economy was dead than how they met it. Nigerian economy will certainly return to its downward trajectory after Tinubu. The forces pushing Nigeria's economy downwards, including Nigeria's enormous culture of public corruption, like Yaya Bello. Benny, if I go Mileke, my sister say dead and decay economy, according to Babakitoye. The forces that are pushing the Nigerian economy downwards, including the Nigeria enormous culture of public corruption, like Yaya Bello and the rest of them, are just too powerful. There is no other country in the world, again, Agbaye, about whom Nigerians kind of story can be told. The story of a country that earned for many years some of the largest revenues, with an S at the end, in the world from petroleum, that has continued to earn much of such revenues, and that has yet ended up as the number one home of extreme poverty in the world. And the person that came back from Nigeria confirmed to me that there is poverty at home. Serious poverty. Yes, some people are doing very well, but majority of our people are living in abject poverty. Some do not have $1, which is equivalent to 1,450. As we speak tonight, many Nigerians do not have 1,450 naira in their bank accounts. Only 1,450. So let's move forward swiftly. Extreme poverty in the world, with millions of its citizens, including the Yorubas, caused by starvation, dilapidated infrastructures, no production, no factory. All the Yoruba factories. Yesterday, a Biafra was also telling us about the factories that have been collapsed in the east. But the names of the factories that I have here: Odua Investment Company, Ekpe Plywood, Iwokun Paper Mill. I traveled to Iwokun Paper Mill in Ijebu Waterside. You will cry when you arrive that place. Well, it's meant to be number 1 in Africa, paper mill, and number 3 in the world. Konshipu was for me. I visited that place. Iwokun Paper Mill. You will cry if you see the amount of damage that has been done in that axis. Dunlop Elite, Odutola Tire, Vonofoam, Liver Brothers, PZ, Nichi Temax, and Okin Biscuit. All these are industries that have been destroyed deliberately by those that do not want the future of the Yoruba people to be bright. But many Yoruba people, Yawa Comfort says, and I quote, Nigerian economy not only dead, but is buried with Buhari and Osibajo. And I believe I want to catch up with a comment that came through from Safety Domains. Okay, I picked that already. I think I should pick from this one, which is, and I don't want to touch the phone because it could mess around the broadcast. So let me come on the laptop and pick some of the comment that is coming in, because it's an interactive platform tonight and we are all engaging. So because everyone is putting their comment in different platforms, in Yamushen Kasita, I think okay, where are we from? Okay, I think this is Koikimedia, which I should read from now. And it's traveling very fast, but I can still pick on it. It's just 1:45, you know. I know most of us probably waiting for one night vigil, but this is also a night vigil. Akitunde Meride said, can tourism help Nigeria GDP? Yes. But you cannot get a tourism when you don't have security. Thank you so much. Mr. Richard said, love your program, brother. Thank you, and we love you as well. Mr. Akitunde, yes, you're right. Tourism could have given us a lot of money. Turkey is in a full recession. Their money is as worse than anything else. They are in a very bad shape. But do you know that millions of people still travel to Turkey for tourism? And I'm not talking about just tourism. I'm also talking about healthcare tourism. It's a place I've visited a couple of times. You will not even know that you are in Turkey. You would think that you are somewhere in Europe. I mean, they have their own bad, but they have top-notch security, and that means that it drives the economy of their tourism. So your question is, can tourism help Nigeria GDP? Millions in the diaspora wants to tour Nigeria, but I didn't even read that. Security is the big issue. Not that everybody will be kidnapped. Like I said, the person that came back from Nigeria spent 4 weeks, and he told me that he drove from Lagos to Abeokuta. He drove from Abeokuta, from Lagos to Jabode, or those areas, and he was not kidnapped, but he was conscious of Fulani attack. And he said to me, I know probably people also say the same thing, but until you get kidnapped. Iyami Mofoluake Oluga says, why can't a person reason that a country that takes IMF loans severally and embezzle instead of transparently investing it, no electricity to drive industry, will be poor? It is not a cause. And you're right. And I believe that many people that are praying that Nigeria will be a successful place are probably not seeing it. Benny Odutola Taya. So let's pick more from the comments of people under that Bloomberg report. The Bloomberg report again is that Nigeria's Naira has reversed recent gains and is now the world worst performing currency in the world. So I'm just picking some of the comments by the people underneath. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. You're probably new to the platform. Yes, I do not pray for Nigeria to be a great place anymore. I pray that Nigeria collapse as quickly as possible. So if you are coming here thinking that you will hear that we are praying for Nigeria, look, all my people here, and you respect them. If you come here and disrespect my people, I will curse you and we will chase you out. You can go and set up your own platform and talk about how to fix Nigeria. But one thing is, nobody knows when it's going to eventually happen, but the Biafra are going on, the Yorubas are going on. It's up to the Arewa to decide. The Ijaws are going on. Nigeria will collapse. What will make it collapse is part of what we are discussing. The insecurity, even if, and I'm going back to Babakitoye, I'm going to take it from here. There is no other country in the world. Bear with us, those of you that do not understand Yoruba. I'm just doing that so that my people that, not that they don't hear my English. It's not the best English, but I just want to make them feel comfortable. Because country not like Baye, about whom Nigerian kind of story can be told. What we are enduring in Nigeria, if other countries were enduring that, that country would have gone in flames. Yawa Fatima says, good evening, OLAYOMI KOIKI. May Allah continue to guide you, inshallah. Thank you so much. And once again, we're not getting anybody on the mixer loud. I think I should turn it off so that we don't waste it. Yeah, I think so. Let's turn it off so that we can make use of it tomorrow morning, since no one is actually there. Those that are normally there are probably sleeping. But we are still live on my Twitter space. I have about 2 people in and out, and we have a full team across all the platforms that are watching me as well. Good morning and welcome. As we are coming in, it doesn't cost you anything to share and invite somebody else. So where are we? This one says, why did lovers of Nigeria stop wishing the Naira into performance? We need more wishes. I don't know what kind of wish. Yawala Jirikoka says, part of the fundamental of any economy is the ability to produce, also the capability to inject political will to speak truth to the power. Nigeria does not have that. There is no other country in the world about whom Nigerians kind of story can be told. The story of a country that made so much money, big money that should have been invested back into the country economy, industry, roads, electricity, more training, more empowerment. But rather, everybody was just having, their own cup of national cake. Abacha was stealing, Babangida was stealing, Obasanjo. They were giving some to MK Abiola. They gave some to the Igbos, the Dangotes. Everybody was just making advantage. And when you ask people, how do you become a billionaire? They have no clue. It's part of the oil wealth. They are lucky jazz. That one was making air for Miriam Babangida, and Miriam Babangida thought the only thing she can give her was just give her oil wealth, even though the oil wealth is not the one from Yoruba land. They were giving them the oil wealth from the Niger Delta. Go to that area, all completely destroyed. Abacha literally killed Ken Saro-Wiwa for challenging the truth to power. It was murdered. Today, I just read a report that they are opening the case again back in America against Shell. Shell destroyed the whole of that Niger area, those areas. They can't do any fishing anymore. Even Buhari was relooting. As they were bringing the Abacha return back to Nigeria, they were relooting it as well. Maybe you didn't know, Adi Saraki, the former aviation minister, that criminal guy that went to hire an aircraft in Ethiopia, painted it to Air Nigeria, brought it into Nigeria, propaganda pictures, upload, write up. The aircraft went back to Ethiopia, and that was the end. He's currently being detained. I don't know whether he's been free, but the daughter that was involved in billions of Naira contract through their father and the son-in-law have been detained. They will need 100 million Naira for them to be released. For them, it's chicken change. But for me and you, we are struggling to have 100,000 Naira in our account. Have you ever thought about that? Nigerians do not get freaked out. Somebody wastes money, they come say, go and get a bill and make 100 million Naira. Do you know what 100 million Naira is? I remember Dezani, and she dare not leave her house tonight. I can leave my house because I am a free person. I wait for the case of Dezani next year, November, God willing. I remember Alison Madueke Dezani when I met her in the court. And I was looking at her like this. I said, so this is not the woman they say she be very powerful. Petroleum minister, OPEC, flying aircraft, private jet, It is still an allegation. But she was negotiating in the court. You were not in the court. I can tell you what happened in the court. Somebody posted something, I want to read that. Says, Safety Domain said, Nigeria is a joke. Adi Saraki, who mismanaged over 200 billion, is being charged for 2 billion and given a bail condition of 100 million. What a comedy. When Alison Madueke Dezani, that powerful woman that nobody saw apart from Dele Mamodu, told us she was having some breast cancer, and that was the last picture we saw. But I finally met her physically, and I was looking at her like this. And as a journalist, I had the privilege to sit right inside. If you're not a journalist, you will be sitting where the other spectators are, but I was sitting right close to where I can see her. And I was saying to myself, so this is the end of a powerful woman that was living a big life. Okay, so Dezani paid more than 100 million because I'm told that 52,000 pounds is 100 million. Okay, do you know that Dezani was negotiating with the judge to pay less for a bill? Because you know why we have to hold her down? She's a flight risk. She's likely to run away. That's the meaning of flight risk. And as I'm saying, look, I can just pop out of my house. Not that UK is safe, I have to be careful as well. I can pop out and go and buy drink and come back home. Dezani dare not leave her house right now because she's on electronic tag. That is the system that is working. She is on electronic tag. That means that she dare not leave her house from 11 p.m. up to 6 a.m. She would not leave the house. If she leaves the house, the alarm on her tag that is connected to the nearest police station will trigger, and the police officer will come and ask, where are you going? That is how you deal with people that has dipped their hands in the coffer. What she's been charged for again is, all kind of manners of corruption. But she wanted to negotiate her way out. But the judge said no. For you to be allowed to go home the day that we went to court, and some of you have seen my video, I was running after her when she came out of the court because she's just an ordinary person. I was taking my camera to her face. One of our security wanted to touch my phone. She said, don't touch that phone, because she knows what could be the end game. I run after her. Even one was telling me that is enough. I said, you're going to tell me it's enough. I will be the one to say it's enough. I escorted the Zani until she entered the car, but she paid 70,000 pounds cash before she was allowed to go home. For the Zani to leave the court, she had to pay 70,000 pounds, which is more than 100 million. So I do agree that it's a joke that somebody that mismanaged 200 billion, the former aviation minister, Adi Sariki, has only been charged for 2 billion and given a bail condition of 52,000 pounds. When the Zani was told that she would not be allowed to pay, I think she was negotiating for 30,000. The judge said, no, 30,000 okay. 30,000 is small money. That means that the Zani have 70,000 pounds somewhere in UK, and me and you, we did for this same UK as Nigerians. Some of you, where your oil be the real one, where they manage when the Zani was there, you don't have 1,000 pounds. The Zani paid 70,000 pounds to the clerk of the court before she was given the bail condition to go home, but with electronic tags and all her passport seized so that she doesn't travel. So let's come back to the program. Again, we are floating. It won't be more than 2 hours so that we don't spend too much time. It's already 2 o'clock. So it's 1 hour, 27 minutes. So let's just push it for the next 33 minutes and then we call it a night. I think that will be more than enough. Then I can go to sleep myself. Let's come back to Babakito here. Trying to lift up Nigerian economy sustainable is a futile venture. Bamidele Ali, good morning. Let's go and look at the meaning of futile. I love when professor use big grammar, but it is for me to break it down for the benefit of our people where we know no book. So futile is spelled Futile, but if you want to say it in UK, you say Freddy Uniform Tango Indigo Lima Echo. Futile. The meaning is not very good. So I don't know why Tinubu is trying to lift the Nigerian economy that is sustainably is a futile venture. So the meaning of futile is having no result or no effect. Let me give you just the basic one that you will understand. Who won that game between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich? Who was leading and who eventually won? Eniolanda is a resultless, fruitlessness effort. So this Yoruba man, the Jagaban, the Tinubu, the Jagaban, is making a push. Babaki Toye is older than Tinubu, but Tinubu is bent. I'm trying to look for that English. Is somebody that is head. Maybe we need to use hammer to hit it to wake him up. Shegun say a wasteful time. Babaki Toye is older than Tinubu, but because Tinubu managed or mismanaged Lagos State and turn it to his own little venture, he will not be the first person to do it in the history of the world. Lionel Leopard, the former king of Belgium, took Congo as his own part of country. Look at the distance between Belgium and Congo. So when people say, Tinubu, he took out Lagos State, he's not the first person. He will not be the last if there's more room for more people. That is why some Yoruba people don't want to support self-determination, because they are also looking to become like Jagaban, to steal so much money and become powerful. But Baba Akintoye is older than Tinubu. He's not telling Tinubu that this thing that you want to go and attempt, not that it is not you, Lokan. Ìwọ náà Lokan lóòótọ́. But are you sure that it will not be a wasteful time? Life and journey. If you are new to this platform, is either you monitor what we are doing here with this your comment. Are you trying to support Tinubu? I am confused here. You better be confused. Okay? You better be confused, because I don't even know that is that a real name? Life and Journey. How can that be a real name? No picture. Life and Journey. Which one is Life and Journey? Are you trying to support Tinubu? And I'm sure you are probably a Biafra, because a Yoruba man will not come and ask me that stupid question. Are you trying to support Tinubu? I am trying to support Tinubu. What are you going to do? You come and beat me in my house. Shufiwa no minule meni. And we know you all. You go on all the programs because you are not sleeping. Look, what are they doing there? This one is supporting Tinubu, and they say they do Yoruba Nation. And I don't want to curse you, so I'll just leave it like that. But you can put another comment, because you are not yet blocked, and you can hear me properly. And if you like, smash your phone on your house. Are you trying to support Tinubu? Well, why not use a Yoruba name? How will I know? You put Henry there. She Henry na Yoruba name. She Life and Journey na Yoruba. Everybody here, Shegun is a Yoruba name. Ifagbemileke na Yoruba name. Comfort Adeleye. Why is it that some of you don't want to put your real name? No need to get hostile. I am a Lagosian, so you tag me Biafra because I asked a question. Bomb bastard. I take you. I can found to beer. Lori Buruku. Olushi. You think I'm looking for stupid people? Is Tinubu not a Yoruba man? So you want us to hate Tinubu because we're gonna be talking? So am I gonna be talking about Buhari? Here Buhari don't want anything. Who is in power now? No be Tinubu there. Bomb bastard. If you like, come there again. I'll block you. You're going to be watching it from another. When I finish the program, you will not be able to watch it live. Idiot. You will not really comment nonsense. So. Idiot all over the place. Are you now in support of Tinubu? Mentor the real people. Life and Journey. How do I know that you are a Yoruba man? Yes, I can tag you as Biafra, because I know that some of them are the one that get hiccup. And when Yoruba man get agitated, especially when they say Yoruba people now don't know Tinubu is there, and I know they do Yoruba Nation anymore. So let's come back. So Tinubu is trying to lift the Nigerian economy. And yes, I could be more poor. It's my program. If you try to disrupt what we are doing here because you cannot use your brain, okay, how are we going to be talking if we don't talk to Tinubu? Even if I'm going to fight, I can still negotiate. And if he doesn't negotiate, we will come out and do what we have to do. But Tinubu is trying to revive economy that is futile venture. And we've been able to understand the meaning of futile, because Yoruba people, not that we are not educated, we just can't understand the meaning of futile. Oh yes, we've moved on, Mr. Isaac. Don't mind that. I want to take back down the segment. How come I worry it in this? So the adjective of futile is incapable of producing any. So if Tinubu knows that he cannot bring the Nigerian economy, why then is he saying Emi Lokan? Because he has another agenda. That agenda is not for Yoruba people, but we are going to knock his head. We will push him until he talks to us. If he doesn't talk to us, then whatever comes after it, so be it. As you know very well, Mr. President, the collective psychology of our Yoruba people is fundamentally reverted to development, progress, prosperity, and constantly improving quality of life for all citizens. And like I said, I'll continue to link it with the message that I got from somebody that came back from Nigeria after 4 weeks. Yomi, àwọn èèyàn ń jìyà ńlé, but àwọn kan gbádùn, but not everybody. And throughout the whole time he was there, we were watching the Nigerian. My son they were playing this Nigerian music that was going on, different artists. If you think that that is the way the life is in Nigeria, it is not. If you think that because people that are doing this music, that is, yeah, the musicians are living life because they're making a lot of money, but the average Nigerians are struggling, and it is because we want a development, we want progress, we want prosperity, and a constantly improving quality of life for all the citizens. I was told that as young people, because this my friend mother sells things in Nigeria, and young people come into the shop and they're trying to steal. That is how bad the society is today in Nigeria. The society in Nigeria today, in Yoruba land, is very, very bad. It is worst. And if we continue to live in denial that we want to save Nigeria, we will be trapped. We will be trapped. And to pull out will be difficult. Akintunde says the colonial powers are still pulling the strings in all the West Africa, and I totally agree. Thank you so much, Mr. Isaac Oshundele. Secondly, Mr. President, which is Tinubu, as you know very well, and as the whole world knows, we Yoruba are considerable, well-educated people. The programs of free primary education commenced in our Yoruba homeland in the 1950s and extended to the free secondary education in the 1970s. We have been producing the blessing that we Yoruba are very much an educated people. The younger sector of our population are over 18 to 50 years old. And I'm told that a lot of people won't shake in Nigeria. The amount of people don't show there's a danger in the land, and I pray that things will be resolved quickly so that we can start doing a lot of orientation and the support that is needed for the people that have been damaged because of the neglect of the political and politicians that are trying to keep Nigeria. Our comfort, if Abacha has not died, none of his loot could have been recovered. And that is true. Maybe when Babangida died, only God knows how much will come back to Nigeria. Because it was after Abacha died that we knew that he had $5 billion outside Nigeria. We are just 20 minutes away so that we can all go to bed. Like I said, it's already late in London. It might not be late in America and Canada, but it is late in London. So let's move swiftly. Let's play this video. The only thing is that anytime I load it Facebook, you will not be able to hear the video, but I will still replay it back tomorrow. should we do it this way? Let me use this other laptop, and because that has got to do with security, and anything that's got to do with security for me is very, very important. I always talk about sleeper cells. Okay, I'm told that not only Yoruba people shoplifting, we see them in the north here. Somebody is confirming that even in the north, people are shoplifting. That was something that when my friend was telling me that OLAYOMI KOIKI can shoplift, I know they do it as well, but it's something that touched me. I want to shop, and they try to divert the mother. Amara pure water, meta 100 naira. Amara bonbon or gum rompwe, and they were still trying to steal from the shop. And when they cover them more, they just like OLAYOMI KOIKI anymore. But again, it's something that we should be very, very worried about. So let me play the video from this side so that nobody is not, and not everybody is going to be able to watch it and listen. I want us to just focus on the catchphrase, sleeper cells. We've talked about sleeper cells a lot of time. Àti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa sleeper cells. Sleeper cells are people that, okay, why is it like this? Okay, that's strange. I need my history. Okay, yeah. Sleeper cells are people that they live with us. Sometimes they get married, but their mission is to destroy and kill. So this video that we're going to play for us now, and probably maybe I'm going to switch the light off so that we can just be able to watch it properly. So let me move things around, and this will be the last video because we have 1 hour 42 minutes so far. This video is about 11 minutes. I'll probably just let it roll through without any interruption. But if anytime video if you cannot find this video, it's because I've been told to take it down, or I've muted it, or probably sometimes they just can't be bothered because these are also media that probably cannot be bothered that somebody's using it. So let's watch it together. These are terrorists that have been released in UK, and I think everybody can see it. Yeah, okay. I think everybody can see it, at least to some extent. Let me take the background out, so that, all right. I don't know whether you can see it. I think I should use some kind of green background. Don't know whether that will make any impact. Let's use Koikimedia. Alright, there about there, anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, not making any much difference. Alright, but I'm going to turn the light off so that we can be like we're in a movie. Be like our in theater. So let me turn the light off and alright. And at least, how is that? Yeah, I think it's helping. Now, let us watch the video together.
British terrorist co-conspirators of an Al-Qaeda dirty bomb mastermind, a guy called Darren Barrow, are freed after serving just half their jail terms. The thugs were caged for a total of 136 years in 2007 over a terror plot to kill hundreds of people in London and New York. You remember around the year we have, of course, of 9/11, and then for a number of years afterwards, and still the terror threat is a very big one, but there were a number of years when there were a number of plots that were foiled. And these British men who were part of a sleeper cell that planned a series of bomb plots in the UK and US are...
Sleeper cells. The word sleeper cells Yoruba people, we are sleeping. We are in real danger. But our people are getting carried away. And I think the sound is too loud. I don't want my wife to say, why is the sound so loud? So I'm going to reduce it a little bit. Just a little bit. Sleeper cells. We have sleeper cells across the whole network of Nigeria today, including the southwest. We are in danger. This is UK. With all the security agencies and everything, they've decided to release people that are terrorists after serving half of their term because of the judicial system in UK.
Back on the streets, despite being jailed in 2007 for a combined 136 years. Peter Blexley is in the studio with me. He's a former Metropolitan Police detective. Hello, Peter.
Good morning.
Chris Phillips is former head of the National Counter-Terrorism Security Office. Chris, I'll come to you in a second. Peter, how can this be allowed to happen? I think there'll be a lot of people scratching their heads thinking, surely these people should die in prison.
It is absolutely staggering that these people who were supporting Diran Barrow in his very advanced plans to blow up places in New York like the International Monetary Fund.
I just have to cut a little bit because, again, I'm not the owner of the video. These are people that want to blow up New York, IMF, kill as many people. Our Yoruba, we have politicians that are protecting us. These politicians are bastards. They're not protecting us. They've left us in the danger. And until we demand that more security must be put to protect the lives of our people, it is going to be a disaster. We saw the bomb attack in Ibadan on is it the 16th or the 13th of January? We were told 7 people were killed. One of them was a brother that died from UK. 80 people are still injured. Multiple homes are destroyed. But Yoruba people like, that is nothing, Koiki. Even your 7 local, are we going to wait until more people are killed because of the terrorist attack? All our governors in the southwest must wake up and increase the security and intelligence, and stop praying to Jesus for that. You don't need Jesus Christ. You need the manpower to be able to do that.
Headquarters, and to blow up pedestrian foot tunnels in London so that they could bring death to hundreds or thousands of people. And they had advanced plans. Some had gone to Pakistan for terrorist training. Some were trained in counter-surveillance so that they could identify if they were being followed or not. One had a garage and was sourcing gas canisters and tyres to be used.
Did you hear that? Some of them traveled to Pakistan for more training. One of them hired a garage and was putting things that can be used for explosive. Is that not exactly what happened in Ibadan? It was an explosive, but it was a bomb. We were told, no, it's not a bomb. Koiki is not a bomb. It's just some dynamite or day. Isha only dynamite, is it not a bomb? You put dynamite to the extent that the whole of Ibadan was shaking. I will continue to tell you that it is not just Nigeria that is under threat. The British are worried. How are they releasing terrorists? Just the same way Nigeria says we are retraining them, they've become good people, we put them back in the society. Who monitors them? Nobody. But in UK, those people that have been released, it will cost the government extra money, but they will keep a tab on them. Let's listen more.
In a bomb. Another was an engineer and had structural expertise, so knew where to place bombs to bring down buildings. It's absolutely astonishing that now all of Barrow's co-conspirators are out on the streets.
Back on the streets. Chris Phillips, how has this been allowed to happen? Because some of these sentences, of course, a lot of people serve half their sentence in prison and then half unlicensed, but there were reforms a few years ago to make sure that terrorist offenders spend at least 2/3 of their time in prison. Why is this happening? I'm very confused, Chris.
Well, I think everyone's confused, actually, Peter. This group of people were actually sleeper cells, so they were trained to...
Are you listening to that? These people are sleeper cells. They are trained to live in the society like normal people. They go to school, they get married, they have businesses. To you, they're just a normal people. But to those that are monitoring them, knows that they are criminals, terrorists. We have them scattered across Yoruba land today. But the Yoruba will say, but we saw the sample at Ilepo last week. Those, our mother says that they are bandits. Bandits in Niwon and Olowa Loke. And we saw how 500 million goods were destroyed within 48 hours. 7 people were killed. Some are still in the hospital taking treatment. They tell me, say they play. I am also under threat by terrorist attack in this country, but I know that when I go to bed, the UK government, security agencies are working around the clock to protect me and my family in the United Kingdom. I hope President Bola Tinubu is doing the same thing to protect you and your family. Because the time is moving very fast, let's just go on with the video.
To literally hide in society and then pop out again when the time came for them to commit mass murder. And clearly, the only benefit to this is there's less terrorists in prison, but of course that's made it much more dangerous for the rest of us. Legislation around sentencing is very difficult to understand. The fact that they get given 26 years and then are released less than half of that sentence, it's just bizarre. And I think these people came before the changes in the legislation, which allowed them to be kept in prison longer.
Chris, what will happen now? I mean, presumably the security services will be keeping a very close eye on these people.
Let's leave it for that, because the sound seems to be too much and I don't want my wife to wake up. Let's leave it for that. Let me turn the light back on and we end the broadcast. We'll make use of it again tomorrow. At least you've got a grasp of it. That's the most important. Yoruba people are sleeping. We are playing with fire. Thank you so much. It is well for real. Says Koikimedia. Kudos to your resilient journalism. More wind, comrade. When I find it, I'll bring it to you. That's the job I do. I go around. I've subscribed to things that when it comes to that, it will pop up. I will watch it. Then I'll come and share with us. 2 things we got to remember. Where is Wakilu? How many people remember Wakilu? This program's ending in 6 minutes. How many people know Wakilu? Wakilu is a terrorist that managed to escape with another terrorist to come and get him out from Abolongo prison in Ibadan. Remember that they blew the prison for him to come out. Kuje prison, they were terrorists and they were all released. Okay. The one that the government says that they have turned to good people and they put them back in the society. Okay. They tell me, say they play. I am playing, okay? You know I don't have a job. 2 hours is not a job. It's just wasting my time. I have to show you these and talk about it so that you don't think that, Koiki, you are not talking about what is happening in UK. This is the UK, eh? The one where you not just listen to. Now the UK people, they complain, they moan. But, which they are, government, they release terrorists. But they will monitor these 7 people. The main one will be their main guy. The one where, these ones are the sleeper cell, but the real one is still in the prison, and I'm told is not likely to come out for another 20 years. They tell me, say, make her they play. Am I going to get tired? I told you I am the last man standing. It is hard. It is difficult. But I will continue to use it to open your mind that if UK is well concerned about the insecurity and the threat level is substantial, which means that this country, United Kingdom, is highly likely, as we speak tonight, to be attacked by terrorists. Imagine Nigeria. Can Tinubu stop terrorism? Nobody can stop terrorism, but can they really protect you and your loved ones? You can ask that to yourself, and I say good morning. If you're new to the platform, the only thing we talk about here is the total. Some people don't like the word break, so let's just make it very simple. The amalgamate. You know the thing where they amalgamate in 1914, and let us de-amalgamate it. Safety domain say the person saying they play will realize you know they play when Nigeria happens to them. I don't even pray that Nigeria happens to them, but in reality, it is likely to happen to you. Thank you so much once again for spending the time. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that participates. I'm going to go to bed myself. And if I don't go to bed, I will just be there on my phone. Or probably not on my phone. Probably just be thinking about the future. Thank you so much. Have a very good morning. Remember that we all have a role to play. Let us continue to support the YSDM. It is important that we contribute heavily into the YSDM. Emma Binu Moshen message Princess Badebo. Sorry for the late respond. Good morning to you, ma. Agbaje Wasiu, Yami Oluwa Funsho, Moses Olaleye Timofi Towotowo Daruko. Thank you so much, ma. Bamidele Mohammed, thank you so much. And it's good that I catch up with those people there, because it would have been like I did not recognize you all. Asunjio Iyaniwura Baba Iyamidada Fat Bell Akinlade. Moki gbogbo ẹ̀yin grandma mi ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń fi ọjà pọ̀n mi pé Koiki máa báṣẹ́ lọ. Ìwọ máa sùn, àwa máa fàdúrà tiẹ̀ lẹ́yìn. Ewu kan ní kọlù wa àti àwọn family ẹ̀. They are trying, I can tell you that. But your prayer is stopping it. You will read all that in my book. They are trying. But Ọlọ́run bá wa kápẹ́. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó pọ̀ ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ. Ọlọ́run kápẹ́ mọ́lẹ̀ látara àdúrà tẹ́ ń ṣe fún èmi àti family mi. They want to take the voice, but they are trying. Thank you so much, those of you on the Twitter, the space. Thank you so much, everyone that have joined this morning. Yoruba land will be free from the bondage and the shackles that the British kept us in. I'm going to read the anthem again. I hope you know it off it yourself. It is not a big one. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa forílẹ̀ ibi wa kàgbéga 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 falẹ̀rẹ̀. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé dàtí bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹ̀jẹ́ ká máa lépa tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára, ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ̀ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Shalom. Good night. Thank you so much all. Bye for now.